Hello, my friends. Jacob is here once again. Thank you for pressing play, for spending a little time with me. Happy Tuesday to you. That word happy, we're going to get into that today because there is a hidden secret power within the celebration that we're all about to embark upon called Thanksgiving. There's a reason people say happy Thanksgiving. By the end of the show, you are going to know what that means. Now, I'd like to start by saying that I'm thankful and grateful for all of you. I'm so thankful for those that take the time to comment. I'm so thankful that you watch the show and that you actually subscribe and you tell other people to subscribe. I'm thankful that you share these videos, and I'm thankful that I get the emails that I do and the comments that I do. And I'm thankful for the relationships that we're forging here together, because I feel like this is, a community of sorts. We're like-minded individuals that know that there is more to life, and today's show is going to unlock one of those secret mysteries that can literally change your life for the better. Like I said before, there's a reason you say happy Thanksgiving. Everybody's always looking for the secret of happiness, and I'm telling you that every single holy book that is out there today points towards Thanksgiving being one of the keys that unlock the kingdom of heaven itself. We're going to find out how to do that today. We're also going to learn about the ins and outs of what Thanksgiving is all about. We're going to learn about that today, and that's the most important thing, because studies are showing that gratitude has to be the attitude, especially in the days that we're in. Because as things continue to get darker, and as you know that a lot of people, especially if you watch this channel, you watch other channels, that there's a lot to be freaked out about. There are a couple of shows that I'm studying right now and I'm researching right now that I wanted to bring you, but this is one of the most important that I'll be sharing this year. So I hope that you are buckled up and ready to go, because when you find out what Thanksgiving's all about, and you start to implement that in your life, woo, it's a whole new day, my friends, and nothing can stand in your way. All right, so everybody is excited for Thanksgiving. I'm excited. I can't wait. We are staying at the house and we are cooking. We're cooking up the turkey. We're cooking up the yams. We're cooking up all that good stuff. But the best part that'll be served is the fact that each of us go around the table, and we do this a lot. We do this, it's not just once a year, but we go around the table and we really do talk about what we're thankful for and what we're grateful for. And there is science to back up that this actually is linked to improving your quality of life. And not just that. So that's why I'm excited, and I hope you are too. So let's talk about Thanksgiving for a second, okay? Everybody's fired up about it. It's the one time a year where everybody gets together and, you don't have to worry about work. Well, you do have to worry about work. That's right. We're going to talk about that too, because there are a lot of corporate, greedy, sinister powers that, are doing their best to steal every single bit of this truth from all of you. The truth that there is power in being thankful. And by making people go to work on Thanksgiving, as opposed to setting aside one day a year and allowing all of, the people in the United States of America to take a day just to simply rejoice and be thankful for the year prior and look forward to the year to come. They know that by breaking that up, by making everyone miserable and keeping everybody focused on what they don't have and on how unhappy they are and how unfair and unjust the world is. The powers that be understand that keeps us trapped and nothing more than slaves. Fear is a chain. Worry, hatred, it is a link that binds us to this earth and keeps us from flying. But this program is all about helping you to break free. And there's a reason that you say Happy Thanksgiving every single year around this time. This year, November 23rd. And the reason is because when you are thankful, peace, joy, and righteousness follows. So this Thanksgiving, it doesn't just have its roots in the United States of America. Oh no, it has its roots everywhere else. Harvest festivals, harvest celebrations, the marking of the end of the summer. And it's a time when everyone gets together and they sacrifice onto God. They sacrifice onto God and they're thankful and grateful for the harvest that had past and the one that is going to come. The ancient Greeks honored Demeter, while the Romans honored Ceres, the goddess of agriculture. And, even the Celtics, they had harvest festivals as well. And today in Britain and Australia and other parts of English-speaking countries, they celebrate a harvest home festival or a harvest Thanksgiving festival. It's like an unofficial holiday in other places around the world. In Canada, Thanksgiving is a legal holiday celebrated on the second Monday in October. It was celebrated by the English settlers back in the day. Even this is the big one because I've talked a lot about Sukkot. I've talked about the Jewish festivals like Shavuot, which is the Feast of Weeks, and the Feast of Tabernacles. And we've talked a lot about this just recently because it just passed in Israel. And we talked about all the connections between all of these heavenly alignments, the eclipse that made an X over the United States, and much, much more. And I had said that we were going to enter a great time of awakening. And man, by the day, I'm hearing more and more and more that are waking up. But I'm also hearing about how the world is getting darker and darker and darker, which is why we should be more thankful than ever before, because our gratitude, our joy, our light is going to shine in such a way that it'll literally catch the world on fire. That's what we're supposed to do. But you see, the powers that be, they know that there is power and there is strength in gratitude. And they know that if they can keep us focused on everything that is lacking in the world, we will never truly know what abundance is. There's a great passage in the scriptures that says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all of these things, everything will be added onto you." So in other words, it's like, you want to live your life. How am I supposed to live it the best? Seek first the kingdom of heaven, and everything will come to you in due time. But what is the kingdom of heaven? A lot of people don't even know what that is. So what are you really seeking? Well, scripture says that the kingdom of heaven is not meat or drink. It's not a Thanksgiving meal, but it is righteousness, peace, and joy, and power in the Holy Ghost. The truth. God is love. The word of God is truth. So there is power and righteousness and peace in this kingdom of heaven. And that's what we're supposed to seek. But how do we get there? Well, guess what? It has to do with thanksgiving. Now, research right now, peer research, we're talking like stuff at Johns Hopkins universities and just great universities, forward-thinking universities. They have shown, without a shadow of a doubt, that gratitude reduces depression. That actually taking time before you go to sleep and whether you want to call it prayer or meditation or whatever, I call it prayer. If you take that time before you go to sleep and you are grateful for your day and you vocalize it or think it, that it actually rewires your brain and releases serotonin and all those happy endorphins that are going to make you feel good about yourself. But also, research has proven that when you are finding and exercising your gratitude before you go to bed, guess what? You get sounder sleep, better sleep, and you're happier when you wake up in the morning. Not just that, but research also shows that gratitude, being thankful and vocalizing what you're thankful for, is actually the key to reduced pain, reduced inflammation in the body. What? Grateful people have lower blood pressure. That's right. Grateful people are less prone to be overweight and more in shape and living a vibrant life. And that's right, people that are grateful, they find that they are happy. And they are also more empathetic and compassionate towards others, because grateful people actually take the time to help others because they're so grateful that they're given the opportunity to do so, which is why I'm so happy all the time. Everybody says, "Oh, Jacob, I turn on your show." You notice how everybody that comments talks just like that. My oldest son, Noah, who I love, I'm so grateful for Noah. I'm so grateful for Anthony. I'm so grateful for Shiloh. I'm so grateful for E. I'm so grateful for my wife, Danielle, and my beautiful family. I'm so grateful for it all. And that's why people say all the time, your joy is infectious. Because it does. We're the lights of the world. We're not meant to be covered with a big bushel. We're not meant to be hiding our light. We're meant to be shouting from the rooftops and telling everybody just how great our lives are. And my life is pretty wonderful. And the fact that I can sit here with the fire going in my home, my beautiful home, that many people said, "Oh, you can't have that home. It's way too expensive." And for years, Danielle and I, what we would do, we'd pull up into the driveway, and she'd call me and she'd say, "Honey, I'm at our house." I say, "Okay, great." We'd sneak in the back. Now, I'm not saying you should break in private property. We were allowed to do so because we were looking at the house for many years. We go into the back and we decide, hey, we're going to do this to the back. We're going to do that to the back. We're going to do this to the back and that to the back. And then, years passed. And even though the builders said a year prior that we would never get it for the price that we asked, we got it for the price that we asked. And now we live in a home that is much bigger. And we are spending less money than our house that was much smaller and on a much more beautiful piece of property. A piece of property that I believed, I had faith could be ours. And I'm grateful for that. See, there's a power in knowing that all things are possible with faith. But the key to activating it is gratitude. It's being grateful. It's being grateful even in the hard times. That's why all the scriptures talk about when the disciples and the apostles, when they were in prison, they would shout and they'd be grateful and they'd be singing praises because they knew that it was there for a reason, that nothing in life happens, and it's meaningless. Everything happens for a great reason. I've gone through a lot. I've suffered a lot. I've struggled a lot. And I continue to. We all do. Through much tribulation, we enter the kingdom of heaven. And if we seek righteousness, peace, and joy, if we seek proper thought, if we seek love, and we seek unity, and we seek forgiveness, everything else that we need in our life and that we desire will be added on to us. I always wanted to have a fireplace. I never thought I would have one. And now I'm grateful that I can share it with you because I thought it would be nice. Sometimes we don't even take the time to use the things that we are grateful for. Many times I have to remind myself, hey, I got a little fireplace here. Let's light it up and let's enjoy it. And let's sit around and let's tell stories. And that's what we do. And it's amazing now we can crowd around the fire and we can just talk to each other and just being, and then we talk about what we're grateful for and what we're thankful for, how great our day was. Danielle will come home and tell me about the student that, that came back to visit her. And now that's been 12 years now. And she's in a university and she's doing fantastic. And she comes back just to that school to see my sweet wife, to say, thank you. I'm grateful for you because you inspired me to go on and be who I am today. And I'm grateful because this is all I want to do, is inspire all of you, because I know that if you become grateful and you start to show thanksgiving, that nothing will stop you. Now, I know that maybe Thanksgiving can be a tough time, for people around the holidays, because you're around family members and not everybody gets along. And I know that that's difficult, but you can overcome that. You can overcome it. And when you do, you'll be grateful, because what you'll understand is actually, these people, they don't have a problem with you. You may have a problem with them, but really the problem is always within us. If you have a problem with others, that's something that you need to deal with. Because we're meant to forgive. When you understand that when people are treating you wrong and they're hurting you, that it's not you. You don't have the fear, you don't have the guilt, you don't have the weight, you don't become a slave. You're free to forgive that person. And then you can love them and show them the truth and release them from their prison. This world is it can be a very difficult place. And today's wake-up day. Today's a day where we're supposed to be happy. Thanksgiving. We're supposed to find that joy that's been buried beneath all of the misery and all of the dread and all the fear and all of the nonsense that this beast system has thrown on you. Now, I'm here to say we can rise above it. And studies have proven that the way to rise above it is to be thankful. There are people today like myself that are coming on here and they're trying to raise awareness about the power of gratitude. There is power in being grateful for what you have. Now, I get a lot of emails, and I'll get emails from people that'll tell me, oh my goodness, I feel terrible for so many people. So many people that have drug problems, or so many people that are having family problems, or so many people that, they hate life and they tried killing themselves and then stumbled upon my video. And or people, they feel like they can't go on anymore, and they say, what should I do? And the first thing I ever tell everybody is I'm not a doctor professionally, but I can tell you what worked for me, because I've been there. I've wanted to end it all. I've taken a blade to my arm and cut myself. I've been on antidepressants. I've been miserable. I've had crying spells. I thought I've had breakdowns. I've suffered and I've beat myself up, and then I woke up out of it all because I realized I have the power to be grateful for everything else. Because usually it's these little things, it's these little small parts that come at us, whether it's a job that's, or whether it's just a simple comment that somebody made, or whether it's just, your child is not listening, or whether it's usually these little things that become these huge millstones that inevitably we hang around our neck and end up throwing ourselves into the sea of misery with. But they're usually these little things. And if you take a step to look past that little thing and look at everything else around you and see that maybe you have a roof over your head, maybe you have a bed, maybe you have someone that loves you, maybe you love someone, you have food in your belly. If you start to look at what you're grateful for and you start to vocalize that, whether it is in prayer or just vocalizing it, I'm happy, I'm thankful, thank you for this, thank you for that, you will find more of it, because when you seek first the kingdom of heaven, everything else is added on to you. We're all given this talent in our heart, and a lot of people bury it, some people give it away. I want to share my talent with you, and I'm hoping that if I do that on a regular basis, that it will increase, and then you will in turn share your talent with others, and then the world will indeed change. And that's something that we can be thankful for. So when these people email me, I give them this advice. I say, I want you to, for 3 weeks straight, look for 3 things every day, and they have to be different. And I want you to document them, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 at night. something that you're grateful for. Whether it is I had a nice hot cup of coffee, I'm grateful for that. Whether it is I had a hot shower, I'm grateful for that. And every day, document 3 different things for 3 weeks. And then I'll get emails back from these people and they'll say, wow, by the end of the first week, I couldn't stop. I just saw so much that I was grateful for. By the end of the 3 weeks, it became a habit. That's what they say. You do things in threes. Yeah, it's a trimester to giving birth. And we are going through such great birth pangs right now that now this truth, this Christ in us, this hope of glory is being birthed. And I'm excited to be sitting back here talking to all of you, witnessing it. Leviticus, in the book of Leviticus, listen to what this says. And when you offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving unto the Lord, see, people, they get it all wrong. The sacrifice that God is asking for, it's thanksgiving. It's being grateful for what we have. It is helping those that are in need. It is feeding the hungry. And that doesn't just mean those that are on the side of the road that actually literally are hungry, but to feed those that are hungry today. Most of you are watching me because you're hungry today, because you want more and you know that you're meant to have more and you know that there is more, but you don't know where to find it because this beast system has done everything it can to keep you thinking there's no hope. But hope is rising, my friends. And it starts with thanksgiving. So this Thanksgiving, I want you all to offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving. And after you say what you're thankful for, continue to find more things that you're thankful for. And I promise you, it will not be very long before you are walking on the waters of this world, above all the nonsense that once dragged you down and made you feel like you're drowning and you can't get out. Jonah said in chapter 2, I will sacrifice unto you with the voice of thanksgiving. That's Jonah. And in Philippians, see, here's the key. This is the key. This is a great passage. In Philippians chapter 4, verse 6, be careful for nothing. Don't worry about anything. But in everything, by prayer and supplication. That means when you're praying, you're thinking about things and you're asking. But it says, be careful for nothing, worry about nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. People want to understand why, I pray all the time, and I never get what I want. If you start being grateful for what you already have, you will find that maybe what you want, you don't need. And maybe what you need is what you have right now to get you to a place where you have need of nothing. Because everything that you have is yours. Everything that was given to us is there for a reason. But until we're grateful for it, until we see it, we can never enjoy it. Until we seek that kingdom, nothing can be added on to us. Now I want to take a second to just shame some corporations, because I know that a lot of people who have families now, they're going to be working on Thanksgiving, and I think it's horrible. So I have a little bit of a list. Beals, they're going to be open 6 to 11 on Thanksgiving. Don't go. Best Buy, Thanksgiving, 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. Black Friday. Don't go. Dick's Sporting Goods, Thanksgiving, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Don't go. Kohl's, Thanksgiving, 5 p.m. to 1 p.m. Don't go. Don't do it. Kmart, don't go. Don't go to Macy's. Don't go to Michael's. Don't go to Sears. Don't go to Target. Don't go to Toys R Us. Don't go to Ulta. Don't go to Walgreens. Don't go to Walmart. Don't go anywhere that is open on Thanksgiving. Even if you're supposed to work. Maybe everybody gets a bug. And if everybody does it together, what are they going to do? Be grateful. Be grateful. And if you are working on that day, use that time at your work to help somebody to become free. Because you're more than you know. You're more than a cashier at a register. You're more than a salesman. You're more than a mechanic. You're more than a police officer. You're more than a doctor. You're more than anything that you think you are. So be thankful that you are. I love each and every one of you. I will see you again next Tuesday. I'm going to try to get you a show this Thursday, but I doubt that'll happen because it's Thanksgiving. So maybe I'll do something on Friday. I don't know. I love each and every one of y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Please do subscribe and share it around. Bye-bye.